On January 30, 2000, the California sky looked calm and endless, the kind of clear blue horizon that gives pilots confidence and passengers peace. High above the desert near Borrego Springs, two aircraft were moving through that same sky, unaware that their paths were about to cross in the most tragic way imaginable. One was a KC-130F Hercules, operated by the United States Marine Corps. On board were 7 Marines, trained, disciplined, and experienced. They were not in combat, they were not in danger, or so it seemed. It was a routine aerial refueling training mission, the kind performed countless times before. The Hercules, a symbol of strength and reliability, had served in wars and humanitarian missions around the world. That afternoon, it carried men simply doing their duty. At the same time, a chartered McDonnell Douglas DC-9 was flying north along the California coast. On board were 79 passengers and 3 crew members returning from Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. Families sat together, perhaps flipping through vacation photos. Friends talked about returning to work the next day. Some passengers may have been resting, unaware of how fragile even the clearest sky can be. The 2 aircraft approached the same patch of airspace. There was no storm, no visible warning, just miles of open sky. Then, in a matter of seconds, everything changed. At approximately 3:40 p.m., the KC-130F and the DC-9 collided at around 15,000 feet. The impact was violent and unforgiving. Witnesses on the ground later described seeing fragments falling from the sky, trails of smoke cutting through the bright afternoon light. What had been 2 functioning aircraft moments earlier became falling wreckage scattered across the rugged desert mountains. There were no survivors. All 7 Marines aboard the Hercules lost their lives. All 82 people aboard the DC-9 were killed. 86 souls, gone in an instant. The desert below, silent and vast, became the resting place for families' hopes and futures. Rescue teams faced steep terrain and scattered debris fields as they worked tirelessly to recover what they could. The mountains stood still, offering no explanation, only quiet witness to unimaginable loss. Investigators later determined that a breakdown in air traffic coordination allowed the 2 aircraft to converge without proper separation. The civilian jet was flying under instrument flight rules, relying on controllers for safe routing. The Marine aircraft was conducting its training mission within controlled airspace. Somewhere between radar screens and radio transmissions, a fatal gap formed, a moment where precise coordination failed. But behind every technical detail was a human story. 7 Marines who had dedicated their lives to service never returned to their base. Their families received the knock at the door that no military family ever wants to hear. Parents lost sons, wives lost husbands, children lost fathers. On the DC-9, entire family vacations ended not with homecomings, but with silence. Birthdays would pass with empty chairs. Anniversaries would feel heavier. The grief would stretch across years, carried quietly by those left behind. In the aftermath, procedures were reviewed. Air traffic coordination between civilian and military operations was strengthened. Systems improved, safeguards reinforced. The tragedy forced change because the cost of inaction was written across a California mountainside. Yet even today, when aircraft cross safely overhead, it is worth remembering that safety in the sky is never accidental. It is built on vigilance, communication, and responsibility shared by many unseen hands. On that clear January afternoon in 2000, the sky held 86 lives. In seconds, they let them go. Their story is not just about a collision, it is about service, about family, about ordinary people on ordinary journeys whose lives were intertwined in a single tragic moment. And it is a reminder that even in the calmest skies, humanity must never stop paying attention.